The Jacksonville sheriff directly blamed Yungeen Ace for Julio Foolio's death. Did you know that? Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters allegedly sent a PSA to Yungeen Ace and his squad ATK after capturing Julio Foolio's hitters. Following that, the sheriff would give more details about where to find the rapper from Jacksonville. The federal government has been canceling Yungeen Ace's concerts because they believe that they were the main kingpins. This is because the police have been pursuing Yungeen Ace for some time, and 5 people, Alicia, Isaiah, Sean Rashad, and Davon, were arrested in relation to Julio Foolio's death. Is believed to have recruited them for a specific purpose, based on a video that was posted online. Reports state that a rapper from Jacksonville admits to targeting Julio Foolio after Ace allegedly put $10,000 on his head. Once went viral online, Foolio's associates retaliated against Ace, spreading reports that they had finally exposed Ace's incompetence. Ace posted, "Ain't no such thing as ATK no more," and subsequently cut off his ties to his own group, ATK. He wanted to start over, so that stuff is gone and done. The Jacksonville feud is just beginning. In his video, Ace explains why. When he told Ace that he would be dealt next. However, scholars already assumed that this was happening. Ace's brother was slain when his agents attacked him at a restaurant a few years ago, though, and they also discussed that incident. When the feds go after Ace, it's different because they have information that indicates Ace was the mastermind behind the Foolio hit. Ace has been tried multiple times by his operations and has handled it. Julio Foolio was born on June 21, 1998, explains the text. Engaging in a Tampa ambush by opposing individuals, the celebration that began as Julio's birthday quickly turned into the worst thing that could have happened. Julio wrote a blog post about the party in his narrative as soon as Foolio and his group got to their Airden rental for the weekend, for whatever reason. Julio updated his Instagram throughout the celebration, rather than waiting a full day before writing about it. While everyone was drinking and enjoying themselves, he revealed his operatives were preparing to inform them that he wouldn't be fully ready in case something went wrong. Julio and his group were swiftly evicted by the police after they were contacted a few hours into the party, although they phoned the landlord rather than merely taking in the rest of the evening. Julio thought that the best way to keep the party going would be to put up a sign for a nearby club encouraging everyone to attend. A rapper's unwritten rule is to never post where you are at any given time. Thus, Julio's careless actions seemed to suggest that he wanted anything to happen that night. But that rule was consistently broken by Julio. When they arrived at the club, Julio directed them to the lounge upstairs. The fact that Julio continued to report to his operators every 30 minutes gave them time to get together, plan a course of action, and look into Julio's identity. It is remarkable, nonetheless, that Julio's opponents found it crucial that he died on the 23rd of the month. When Julio's manager found a hotel for them all to stay at, he and his group gathered in the parking lot after leaving the club. They started to head to the Holiday Inn he had found nearby. Unfortunately, as soon as they got there and waited outside for a little while, competing automobiles carrying local residents emerged and began attacking his group. The fact that no one was on guard because everyone had partied that night made things terrible for Julio's team A. The main thing some of the batters had to do was find Julio. When they did, you can picture what happened because it was obvious that they were taking revenge on Julio. The song When I See You, which Julio published on the 23rd of the month, makes fun of Yungeen and Ace for losing their close pals. Went out to eat on his birthday. According to Julio, who lost himself in the music, we are now 23 and he still makes fun of me. 4 hits, 3 passed in the worst way. But on Julio's birthday, which was the 23rd of the month, the surgeries affected Julio and 4 other individuals. A song that Ace released shortly after the incident, in which he rapped 4 people in the car and one of them escaped, served to further exacerbate the rivalry. The fact that Ace's crew used his original remark against Julio and remixed it shows that they wanted to get even with him. But after Julio Foolio died, Ace produced a diss tune called Do It 6 hours after he was removed. Game over, read an old King Von tweet shared simultaneously by Yungeen and Ace's right-hand man. Stupid, we won. Even stranger, though, is the fact that just a month before Julio was removed, he revealed that the two organizations were supposed to cooperate to stop the crime against one another. Many have become enraged because this entire tragedy could have been avoided. However, rappers and other business figures have different viewpoints, as Charleston White retorted by sharing. He claims that Julio is not going to heaven for any of the reasons listed above, chief among them being the passing of ATK Mitch, Yungeen Ace's closest friend. When Julio was initially seen by police in April 2022 operating a Dodge Durango with illegal window tinting, Julio was stopped at Ask. After a few questions, an investigator showed up and illegally searched Julio's vehicle. Once he had identified himself, they interrogated Julio about the death of ATK Mitch and brought him into their patrol cruiser. Then he was put in the car and taken to the police station to be interrogated. The investigators were eager to understand how Mitch and Foolio initially crossed paths, meeting on the streets. After Mitch's death, they were particularly interested in Foolio's whereabouts at that time. Even though law enforcement had no concrete evidence against him and were merely waiting for a slip-up, Julio chose to remain silent and didn't disclose anything. Foolio intentionally avoided discussing the details surrounding Mitch's passing. The discussion then shifted, raising the question of whether Julio's music might be influencing the elevated crime rate in his neighborhood.